Hey guys, it's Thursday, I'm Tom, and today I'm going to start a series on finding an agent.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
So I'm currently unrepresented, and I have talked on the channel recently about how this year, in 2014, I want to find an agent, I want to find representation, and since we're 2 weeks into the new year, I figured there's no time like the present, so I think today I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit about my own background, my publishing history, my writing history, and why I don't have an agent yet, and why now I think is the right time for me to start looking for one. So I am published. I've had 3 books published, and I have another one coming out in March. They've all come out from the same publisher, and the reason that I am published without an agent, which isn't the most common way that things usually come about, is that I am in Canada, and the publisher I work with is also Canadian, and they're kind of a mid-sized publisher that does not require representation for submission. So they'll basically take unsolicited manuscripts. You can send directly to them, and they will put your manuscript in the slush pile, and if you're lucky, you can get picked out and published without agent representation. So that's what happened to me. I made a contact that led to my first book, Way to Go, coming out in 2012. And I developed a good relationship with my editor and with the publisher, and so I continued to write for them and publish with them. I've been very happy with my publisher. I have a great editor and a good working relationship with everyone there, but I have always kind of wished that I had an agent, because I would like to have someone to help me out on the career building side of things. I'd like to have someone help me out with contracts, and not every project is a good fit for every publisher. And I'm at the point now where I have been working on a project for about 2 years, and it's at the point where I would like to start thinking about getting it published. And because I would like an agent as well, I think that this is the right project to take out there. Now, if I thought this was a project that would fit well with the publisher I've worked with, I'd think very long and hard before I'd go out and find an agent first. But I think that this is a project that probably would be a better fit somewhere else for a couple of reasons. Number one, my publisher that I've worked with tends to publish a lot of contemporary stuff. This is not. It's genre fiction. It's also the first of a trilogy, and it's really important for me to sell this project as a trilogy because the story is a 3-book arc, and the publisher that I currently have worked with does not usually do that sort of thing. So it seems to me like this is the right time for me to go out and find an agent. And to be completely honest, this project all along, I have kind of referred to it in my head as my agent-seeking project. So I'm at the point now where I've written it for 2 years, and I am going to start sending queries out in the next month or 2. And as I approach that period, I'm going to talk a lot about how I'm finessing and finalizing this manuscript, and I'm also going to talk about how I came up with my list of my top agents that I want to send it to. And I'm also going to ask a few questions of my own to some of the other rebels and to some other professionals out there in the field as well. So hopefully I can do, if not an interview, then maybe a Q&A online that I can bring the results back to you guys. But basically, you guys can follow along with me as I go through this process. So it was my intention to talk today as well a little bit about preparing a manuscript for submission, but I'm approaching my 4 minutes, and I think that's a topic best saved for its own segment. So next week I'm going to talk about the manuscript and getting it ready to roll, getting it in good fighting shape to send out and to query with. So for now, that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave you guys to it. Please put any comments or suggestions about querying or any other questions you might have in the comments section down below. We'll go through this together. For those of you who are interested in finding an agent or learning about how that process works, maybe you can learn a few things, maybe we can learn some stuff together. And I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun, and who knows, in a couple of months we might have some results. We'll see what happens. Anyway, have a great week, and I will talk to you next Thursday.